Alright, this is my box score window and I'm going to share the numbers why Zalgiris won 3 out of 4 games against Rytas. Right away we can see what kind of offenses teams are running, how many points they score, how many turnovers they got, and how effective is their defense or offense. As we see the numbers, we can start understand the team's strategy and the way they like to play against each other. So Zalgiris was playing 35% of pick and roll offense and 38% was no pick and roll. But Rytas was playing 51% of pick and roll offense and only 25% offense without pick and roll. Let's see their offense and defense a little bit more in details. Off-ball screen offense and post-up offense, Zalgiris likes to play the most. On off-ball screen offense, they got 1.2 points per position. But Rytas try to run off-ball screen, post-up, one-on-one. And only one-on-one offense, they got over 1 point per position. So next thing what we're gonna check is pick and roll offense. I've divided pick and roll offense by locations. As we can see, most pick and roll offenses, both teams play from the top. And also on this offense, Zalgiris is more effective than Rytas. As we know that both teams like to run top pick and roll, let's see some Rytas top pick and roll action. Rytas struggling with a short roll and open roll. Again top pick roll against step out defense. Finally good short roll and open roll, but no clear decision. Next up, about pick and roll defense. The most common pick and roll defense what Zalgiris played was flat defense, step out defense, and switching defense. Rytas was playing flat, step out, and switch. And if you watch the step out defense for both teams, then Zalgiris let scored only 0.7 points, but Rytas 1.4 points per possession. Let's see early pick and roll. And the numbers shows that Rytas must play more early pick and rolls, because Zalgiris cannot play that aggressive on pick and roll defense.
Jeigu Deivisas mažiau reikštųsi Vilniečių baudos aikštelėje, o daugiau atakuotų iš distancijos, Rytas tikrai būtų patenkintas. Syliai iš toli. Ketvirčio atakų Brendonas Deivisas gauna bloką nuo Artomo Parachovskio. Įspūdingas stogas.
And the same thing we can do with the early offense. Same as early pick and roll, the Rytas is more effective also on an early set offense. But first of all, Rytas must get a stop on defense.
Užtvara Voltersui, nepavyko su ta užtvara sužaisti.
Ir vėl Parachovskis kaip puolas stovėjo gynyboje.
DJ Syliai.
Perdavimą Parachovskio reikėjo atlikti.
And last thing what I want to show you on this box score is quarters. The most interesting thing is that Rytas took only 7 free throws in the fourth quarter. Let's dig deeper. And this is the sheet where we're going to involve the players. As we got numbers on, I can explain these numbers a little bit more in details. First of all, I like to talk about the players. The numbers below the players shows possessions on pick and roll offense. If I pick one player, let's say Walters, the first thing what we can see is that Walters had problem with a flat defense and switching defense. Struggling with the shots inside the paint.
Jo reina, bet apsigina žalgiriečiai.
Labai kita Žalgirio komandos gynyba šį kartą sustabdė Vilniečius. Voltersas. Arčiai neskyla, Rytas bando žaisti per savo neabejotiną lyderį šios dienos. Čia 21 taškas.
As we saw on previous clips, Walters never shared the ball on none of the pick-and-roll offense. But if team on overall pick-and-roll offense start sharing the ball on extra help or over help, their offense is twice effective with 1.7 points per possession.
Taškų Ryto pranašumas. Pilatis. Grigonis galbūt dabar pateisins savo rankelę.
Visas per rankas pataikė nuo lentos.
Marius Grigonis. Vestermanas šiek tiek rizikuoja šiame atakos.
And as we know, Zalgiris lost the third game. It was the final game of Lithuanian Cup. Let's pick the third game. The third game is on, and we can see that Zalgiris was struggling against the flat defense. Only 0.67 points per possession. So let's see flat defense. The numbers shows that Rytas let Zalgiris play 2-on-2 pick-and-roll offense without extra helps and forced them take the shots from the paint.
Ulanovas. Waltersą vaikosi Rokas Tipčevičius. Waltersas. 3 sekundės iki atakos laiko pabaigos. Atšokęs atakuoja Neitas Waltersas sudėti.
Let's compare pick-and-roll offense game by game. On first, second, and fourth game, Zalgiris scored over 1 point per possession. But on the third game, when they lost, they scored only 0.8 points per possession. But Rytas, when they won in the third game, they had 59% out of all points with the pick-and-roll offense and got 1 point per possession. Alright, this is my player box score, where I can sort stats by the players, game, by offense types, and shot map. Right now I got all stats together, and if you watch on the possessions, then Grigonis, Davies, Walters, and Ulanovas have the most scoring possessions. So I decide split game by game. And if you watch points per possession on every game, then Grigonis is most effective player on the team and got over 1 point per possession on every game. And most of the points he scored from the paint or left corner. And let's check how many points he scored from pick-and-roll offense. Same here, most of the points from the paint and left corner.
Sugavęs kamuolį. Grigonis.
Vėl atakuojamas
Rasti Kristo Kreimerio pamainą.
Na taip, svarbiau.
Ulanovas. Marius Grigonis, dar vienas žalgirietis.
And the last player what I want to talk about is Davies. As we can see on the first 2 games he got 1 point per position, and last game he had 1.63 points per position. But when they lost in the third game, he had only 0.3 points per position.
Netgi 7-0. Davisas. Prieš Porochovskį nėra.
Kas čia dabar?
Perdavimas nuo lentos.
Perdavimas nuo lentos, labai netikslus perdavimas. Bet vėl Žalgiris kokias 23 sekundės patikimai gynėsi dabar.
Čia Edgaras Ulanovas šiaip netaip iškiša kamuolį.
And most of the points he scored from under the basket and paint. So this was only a part about all numbers what we can get out of the games and understand the way teams are playing and team strategies. At the same time, player strengths and weaknesses in short and long term.